Pirates Past Noon by Mary Pope Osborne, chapters 6 and 7. When we left the children, they had been captured by the pirates, and the pirates were taking them to their pirate ship because they wanted the children to help them find the treasure. I don't know how the kids are supposed to do that, but that's what they want them to do. So they kidnapped the children. And the vocabulary words for chapter 6. Now remember, the vocabulary words are highlighted in yellow. Okay, so that you can go back and look at this slide and see what they mean if you can't remember. And they are hoist, which means to lift upward. Deck, a floor of a ship. Now again, multiple meaning word, right? Deck, that can also be like a porch on your house. Desert, place where nobody lives. Whale, a very big ocean mammal. Spout, shoot water up into the air. That's related to the whale. A fiddle is a stringed musical instrument, sometimes called a violin. Grog is rum or an alcoholic adult drink. Dessert, sweet treat after a meal. Wail, loud cry of pain or grief. Not the same as whale, the very big ocean animal. And then they have well, which is a hole, which is a source of water that somebody has dug down into the ground. Now remember, the clue that Jack read off the map was something about under the whale's eye, or something to do with a whale's eye. So chapter 6 is titled The Whale's Eye. The rowboat tossed them from side to side. The waves were huge. Salty spray stung Jack's eyes. He felt seasick. "Hold her steady," yelled Captain Bones. Dark fins cut through the water. Shark fins. One zoomed right by the boat. Jack could have reached out and touched it. He shuddered. Soon the rowboat pulled alongside the ship. The air was filled with loud fiddle music. Jack heard shouts and ugly laughter from the ship. "Hoist them aboard," Captain Bones shouted to his men, "and board the ship." Let's see as we read this if we can figure out whether creaked, as in the ship creaked, does it mean a noise or does it mean a small stream of water? Annie and Jack were hoisted onto the deck. The ship creaked and moaned. It rolled from side to side. Ropes flapped and snapped in the wild wind. Everywhere they looked about the ship, Jack and Annie saw pirates. Many were dancing. Others were drinking grog. Some were even fighting with fists or clubs. "Lock 'em in my cabin," Captain Bones ordered. A couple of pirates grabbed Jack and Annie. They threw them in the ship's cabin and locked the door. Now, I think the definition for creak, the ship creaked, would be a noise. What do you think? And then at the very bottom of this page, ship's cabin. That is not a contraction for ship is cabin. That means the cabin belongs to the ship. Okay, so that would be a possessive. The air inside the cabin was damp and bad smelling. A shaft of light came through a small, round window. "We've got to figure out how to get back to the island," Jack said. "So we can get back into the treehouse and go home?" Annie asked. "Right," Jack answered. Suddenly he felt very tired. How would they ever get out of this mess? "We'd better look in the book," he said. Jack reached into his backpack and pulled out the pirate book. He flipped through the pages. He looked for information to help them. Now look at light in the box up top. It can mean shining or it can mean a little weight. What are you thinking? I'm thinking that the light in this context can mean shining, a shaft of light, something shining. Good job. "Look," he said to Annie. Together they read the caption under a picture of a pirate. Captain Kidd was a famous pirate. It is said that he buried a treasure chest on a deserted island. The chest was filled with gold and jewels. "Captain Kidd," said Jack. "So that's the kid that Bones keeps talking about," said Annie. "Right," agreed Jack. Annie looked out the round window and said, "And Captain Kidd's treasure is buried somewhere on this island." Jack took out his pencil and notebook. He wrote, "Captain Kidd's treasure is on the island." "Jack," Annie said. "Shh, wait a minute," he replied. "I'm thinking." "Guess what I see," said Annie. "What?" Jack asked. He looked back at the book. "A whale," Annie answered. "A whale?" he asked. "Did you say that you saw a whale?" "I see a whale, a huge whale, bigger than this ship." Jack jumped up and looked out the window. "Where is the whale?" Jack asked. All he could see was the sandy island, stormy seas, and shark fins. "There," said Annie. "The island is shaped like a whale." "Wow," whispered Jack. Now he could see it. "See the whale's back?" asked Annie. "Yes," Jack said. The slope of the island looked like the back of a whale. "See his spout?" asked Annie. "Yes," Jack agreed. The palm tree that held the treehouse looked like a spout of water from a whale. "See his eye?" asked Annie. "Yes," Jack said. "You're right." A big black rock looked like the eye of the whale. "The gold doth lie beneath the whale's eye," whispered Jack to himself. "Wow." Now, we got another homophone at the bottom. Lie. It can mean an untruth, or it can mean to recline or rest. And rock can mean to move back and forth, or it can mean a stone. A gale is a strong stormy wind, or a gale, G-A-I-L, can be a feminine name short for Abigail. Feminine means girl. "So the treasure must be buried under that rock," said Annie. "Right," agreed Jack. "Now, we just have to get back to the island. We'll show Captain Bones where the treasure lies. Then, while all the pirates are busy digging, we'll sneak away to the treehouse." "And make a wish to go home?" added Annie. Jack poked his head out of the round window of the cabin. "Captain Bones, sir!" he shouted. The pirates on the deck repeated the yell. "Captain Bones! Captain Bones!" "Hey!" came a horrible voice. Captain Bones stuck his ugly face through the window. His good eye peered at them. "What do you want, lubbers?" "We're ready to tell the truth," said Jack. "Go ahead," growled Captain Bones. "We know where Captain Kidd's treasure is hidden." "Where?" "We can't just tell you. We have to show you," said Annie. Captain Bones gave Annie and Jack a long, hard look. "I'm wondering if he's not really—" "You'll need a rope," said Jack. "And shovels," added Annie. Captain Bones growled his displeasure at these demands, then he roared at his men. "Get some rope and shovels." "Aye, aye, Captain," the pirates answered. "Then throw these lubbers in the rowboat. We're going back to the island." Back in the rowboat, Jack watched the sky grow even darker with clouds. The waves got bigger and the wind was howling. "Gale's coming," said Pinky. "You'll feel a gale if I don't get that gold today," Captain Bones shouted. "Row, you dogs, row!" The pirates fought the waves until the rowboat reached the island. Then they all jumped onto shore. Captain Bones grabbed Jack and Annie. There, T-H-E-R-E, is a direction, but there, T-H-E-I-R, means belonging to others. "Okay, lubbers," he said. "Now show us where the treasure is buried." "There," said Annie. She pointed at the black rock near the tip of the island. "Under that black rock," added Jack. Captain Bones dragged Jack and Annie down the beach toward the black rock. The other two pirates followed with ropes and shovels. "Get to work," Captain Bones ordered Pinky and Stinky. "What about you?" asked Annie. "Me? Work?" Captain Bones laughed. Jack wondered how they could get away if Captain Bones wasn't busy digging too. "Don't you think you should help your friends?" Jack asked. Captain Bones gave Jack a long, hard look. "No, I'm going to hold you two until there's treasure in my hands." That was the end of chapter 7. And once again, we have our pieces of 8 in the picture. Colonial America had little hard money or coins because England did not want them to be able to buy goods from other countries. Without money, the Americans had to do business on credit with English merchants. So the Spanish dollar was more common in colonial America than was English money. In fact, the Spanish dollar coin was the basis for the U.S. dollar, and it remained legal money in America until 1857. Good bit of history there.